Right now at noon, residents in Erie, Kansas once again prepare for the possibility of the town's only grocery store shutting down.
And temperatures are seasonably hot across the area.
Plus, Hurricane Erin is churning up the East Coast, threatening residents with dangerous waves and rip currents.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. New at noon today, an SUV slams into a strip mall in Airport Drive Village this morning, and investigators say it's now a DWI case. Witnesses saw a Nissan Xterra crash into the side of a building just south of the Domino's at Stone's Corner. The impact sent an adult woman and a child in the SUV to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The building only has minor damage, but officers confirm they are investigating the driver for DWI. Well, the future of a city-owned grocery store in Erie, Kansas is up in the air once again. The city purchased the Erie Market in 2020 with the goal of keeping a local store in town. 1 year ago, River Grocery LLC leased the store and took over operations, but staff have now been informed the company is going to cease operations by the end of August when River Grocery's 1-year lease with the city expires. Community members are now concerned about the future of the market and what it could mean for the area.
I'm not very happy about it because like I said, I do not drive out of town. I stay in Erie, and I am concerned because, I'll have to have my husband stop, and he does not like Walmart.
Now, we reached out to the owner of River Grocery LLC for a statement. He agreed, but we are still waiting from him to send one. Loyola city officials say they're fed up with repeat offenders ignoring yard nuisance orders. After handing out fine after fine with little change, city leaders are now pushing for a tougher ordinance, one that would allow them to step in, clean up the mess, and send the bill straight to the homeowner.
It's unfortunate that we have to change an ordinance to get individuals to comply with a citation to clean up their yard. They are given ample opportunity to do so. They have 10 days upon receipt of the notice that there's a violation, and at the end of 10 days they are issued a citation should they not clean up their property.
And the city manager says the ordinance goes before the council on Monday. He thinks the bill will have no problems passing. Let's check in now with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
We've got a mix of partly cloudy and mostly clear skies across there. You can see a few extra clouds here downtown Pittsburgh, not stopping the sunshine though. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin is busy today as folks head out for their Thursday lunch or whatever it is you may be heading out to do at the noon hour. And if you're not heading out, then you're here with us and we appreciate it. Look at these temperatures. We've got low, mid, and upper 80s, and our heat index values, again, not excessively above. We do have some low 90s in the parts of northeastern Oklahoma. We do have a heat index across the area, but not as bad as what we have seen over the last couple of 3 weeks almost. We'll still be in the mid 80s by 7, looking at mostly clear skies and progressively falling back into the mid 70s by 11. Believe it or not, though, temperatures still expected to fall a bit below normal tonight. We'll go over the details on this cool down. We'll talk about the rain chances on the way and just how far temperatures will drop next week here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, a man suffering from a rare infection has died in a St. Louis area hospital. Recently, we brought you the story of a Missouri resident who had contracted a brain infection typically caused by an amoeba. Public health officials investigating the source of the patient's exposure believe the infection could have come from water skiing at the Lake of the Ozarks. While infections remain rare, experts say the amoeba can be found in warm, fresh water across the United States. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services confirms the man died Tuesday. Well, the city of St. Louis has fired Emergency Management Commissioner Sarah Russell following an investigation into the city's response to the May 16th tornado. The report cited multiple failures, including a breakdown in communication that resulted in warning sirens never sounding. City leaders now promise changes to ensure the system works when it's needed most. Now to the huge impact of Hurricane Erin as it churns right off the East Coast. Nearly 40 million people are under flood alerts up and down the coast as the storm heads north. CBS News meteorologist Rob Marciano is on North Carolina's Outer Banks.
An onslaught of waves slamming the eastern seaboard. In North Carolina, boarded up seaside homes under attack. The many roads inundated and cars swamped. A state of emergency is in effect. Governor Josh Stein says response teams are ready.
We have already pre-positioned 3 swiftwater rescue teams and 200 National Guard troops to various locations on the coast.
Hundreds of beaches dotting the Atlantic Ocean from Florida to New York are closed as officials warn the dangerous rip currents can pull even the strongest swimmers out to sea. Tourists and residents have been evacuated in many parts of the Outer Banks.
I have a 3-story house, so if it got that high, I'd definitely be dead.
But 96-year-old Carol Dillon has never fled from a storm and is staying behind again.
A lot of storms, a lot of damage. I've seen the water in this building up to the window.
Dillon has owned the Outer Banks Motel for 7 decades, and she's been fighting against the eroding shoreline from day one.
So you've been on the retreat for decades now?
Since 1955.
But now her buildings are up against the national park and cannot be rebuilt any farther back if Hurricane Erin wipes it out.
We could wash away completely.
So what does a motel like this do to protect itself when it's slowly slipping into the ocean?
We pray a lot.
You pray, huh?
Well, so far, Ms. Carroll's prayers have worked, and we certainly hope that's going to be the case today. I can tell you that last night, her hotel was already taking on some damage from that wave action, and they've shut down the road that connects this part of the Cape to the lower part of the Cape until this storm is done. And the waves and the surf, as you can see, has only gotten worse. And now the potential for tropical storm force winds is certainly in effect here today as Hurricane Erin makes its closest approach to the U.S. with impacts not just today, but up through the Northeast well past tomorrow. Rob Marciano, CBS News, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
Well, coming up, some young students in Pittsburgh start the year with a House of Dragon balloon popping party. And later, we're making award-winning potato salad in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, the South Middle School principal, Jacob Williams, has been honored as the Southwest Missouri Middle School Principal of the Year by the Missouri Association of Secondary School Principals. Williams received the award at a back-to-school assembly yesterday in Joplin, celebrating with his family and district administrators. Well, as the school year kicks off yesterday, students at George Nettles Elementary in Pittsburgh celebrated with the House of Dragon balloon popping party. The celebration is part of a redesign of the school's social, emotional, and character education program, drawing inspiration from the theme How to Train Your Dragon and Harry Potter. Now, the kids were full of excitement as they discovered which of the 4 houses they'll belong to during their time at the school. Educators hope the program will give students a sense of community throughout their years at George Nettles.
It's so intimidating, especially for my students who may not speak the same language. They get to come in, and on day one, they have a family, they have a house, they have community. And for all students that, starting a new school or a new school year with new classmates, that can be intimidating. But to know, oh, my family's got my back.
Now, through the program, students will have the opportunity to form deeper connections as they'll be grouped with classmates from all grade levels. And fans headed to Lawrence, Kansas this fall can expect more than just football on game day with major upgrades to David Booth Memorial Stadium. KU is blending tradition with transformation. Michaela Dia reports.
Another way to view it is that notion of not a bad seat in the house.
With phase 1 of the project complete, KU football has reinvented its game day experience while honoring its past. Plus, there will be lots of new concessions, plus new seat backs for fans to enjoy.
There's a personal story, I think, that was written with this venue in the thoughtfulness, talking about our history, talking about the things that make the University of Kansas unique and special. And I think for all of us, Chancellor all the way through, there was that deeply embedded commitment to that.
I'm really excited and really proud as I walk through this new stadium and see the history of the University of Kansas. If you look in every corner, everywhere you turn your head, every concession stand, every suite, it talks about the history and the tradition that we have here at the university.
And when we have a chance to finish out that East, I think we're going to have created what we think will be one of the best home field environments, home field advantages in the country.
Officials say this is just the beginning with more upgrades planned. And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Do you have an award-winning recipe? If you do, we have some tips that could earn you some bragging rights and possibly some cash.
And we're tracking a big cool down with our temperatures as we roll into next week. Go over those details and our rain chances when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So temperatures today will once again be seasonably hot. We should be about the low 90s, and that's where we're headed. However, things are going to start to change over the next 4 days or so. We're going to start, though, the live look outside downtown Pittsburgh. We've got, again, some partly cloudy skies out there. And across the region, a mix of mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. We should eventually get some clearing take place a little later this afternoon for any of you with those partly cloudy skies. And outside of that, really not much on the future track at this particular point. It's trying to show maybe an isolated shower or two, and it's really about a 2% chance, but really the rain chances for us right now, not that big of a deal. But as we head into the weekend and next week, that does change a little for us. So for Friday, a similar situation will ultimately end up with a north breeze and another mix of mostly clear to partly cloudy skies across the area, but we remain dry. By Saturday, we'll start to see the clouds gradually increasing through the morning, eventually going partly cloudy by noon. And then as we head into the afternoon, Future Track's been having a hard time with it, but those clouds you just saw be associated with maybe some additional isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms as we roll into Saturday afternoon. Nothing strong, nothing severe is expected at this point, but could get some rain chances out there. For today, though, we're looking to be right about normal, 90 degrees. Heat index values, so it's still muggy outside. And if you've been outside, you figured that one out already. So we're getting heat index values on average about the mid-90s. So not significant, but still a bit uncomfortable with the northeast breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, into the evening, temperatures will still eventually drop back into low to mid-60s. So we're going to be below normal. Still mostly clear skies, so a few clouds here and there, and winds expected to be calm overnight. Then we head into our Friday, and much like today, maybe a degree or two warmer. We're still looking at initially just some mostly clear skies, just so a few clouds here and there. Eventually, again, by the afternoon, a north breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, highs in the low 90s. So again, heat index values right about the mid 90s across the area. And then we get in to this, the extended forecast. And boy, it's got some changes for us, which you're already looking at, but we'll start here. First, again, low 90s through Saturday. So we'll still be a bit muggy, a little bit sticky. So still heat index values, again, mid 90s, maybe some upper 90s here or there. And then as our overnight lows will actually remain below average. And we head into Sunday. Clear skies expected, but upper 80s for our highs. We get a boundary approaching by the time we get into Sunday night into Monday. Look at these temperatures. By the start of next week, some of our overnight lows, we could reach record lows in some places as we fall back into the mid-50s. The mid-50s, last week of August, and we're talking starting our days in the mid-50s. We'll have upper 70s, near 80 by Monday, Tuesday, and that's just look, we got rain chances through at least Wednesday, and those temperatures, man, just absolutely incredible. This is more like, again, the last week of September versus the last week of August, but still not bad whatsoever, very fall-like, and it's going to feel honestly downright cold as we roll into next week with those temperatures into the upper 70s, low 80s, and again, our overnight lows 50s and 60s. So you might need a light jacket next week, which is another odd thing to say in August, that you're going to need a light jacket maybe.
It's been a really interesting summer.
It certainly has.
Yeah.
You know, our summer started below average, and then it suddenly took off. Then it leveled out again, took off again, and now it's like really dropping.
Here
yeah, it's not bad. Not
Wow.
bad at all.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, stick around. We're making award-winning potato salad in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, the real judges of a tasty dish are, of course, friends and family. So when they first served up this potato salad recipe and everyone cheered, they knew they had to come up with an award-winning potato salad recipe. And now it's your turn to try and be the judge. Today, Howard's making award-winning potato salad in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Every year there are hundreds of cooking contests all around the country, some indoors and some out, and they're all looking for the best of the best. Over the last few months alone, amateur cooks, as well as professionals, have tried their hand at being named top dog for their award-winning recipes. We're talking everything from to die for pies to the best burgers around. And to make it easy for you, we've assembled a list of cooking contests, and it's available for you online. I also want to stress that what makes an award-winning recipe in our test kitchen is one that your friends and family love, not just some judge. So with that said, let me share a recipe for a potato salad that's a hands-down winner every time we serve it. It's a basic potato salad that's studded with red pepper, celery, and hard-boiled eggs. But the thing that sets it apart is how creamy it is. If you like the secret that makes this award-winning potato salad so special, along with a free e-cookbook of some of our favorite potato salad recipes, go online so you can taste test these with your gang. To me, potato salad is a year-long favorite, whether you serve it inside or out. I'm Howard in my backyard, and tomorrow I'll see you back in the test kitchen for even more ooh, it's so good.
Well, you can find this recipe for award-winning potato salad or any other of the award-winning recipes or good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. All you have to do is head on over to our website. That's, of course, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now let's take a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, again today, tomorrow, and Saturday, seasonably hot, low 90s, some isolated storms on Saturday, and then next week, temperatures falling well below normal, upper 70s, low 80s, overnight lows could get close to record levels, back into the 50s and 60s. So get ready for fall just a little early as we roll into the next work week.
Loving that.
All right, Chris, thanks. And Dowdy up for us later on.
Well, lots coming up at 5. For starters, despite the change in the weather, it is still technically summer. But parts of us are already experiencing the runny nose, sneezing start of the fall allergy season. Allergists say now is the time to try to get ahead of your symptoms, so be prepared. Plus, a new RV rezoning plan in Grove, Oklahoma could impact some residents. And state leaders have decided to shut down several Missouri schools for the severely disabled, including one in Joplin. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
All right, y'all. Thanks, and that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.